So the spring is really starting to show itself, and I can't wait to get out there and ride my mopeds and getting the truck band to work, and there's so much fun stuff to do. But today I'm gonna do a little bit of servicing on the A112 Abarth because I would like to begin driving this again. The salt is slowly being removed from the roads, or washed away at least, and therefore it's time to use this car a little bit again for some Sunday drives. What I would like to do today is to change some ignition components, because the other day I actually noticed that they were quite worn. The car runs great, there's no issues, but I do think that it will lead to a breakdown very soon if I don't do something about it. So this is just a maintenance thing and not a repair thing. Since the rebuild last year, this car has been running great. And it's so nice to have the doors actually attached to the A-post. They were rusted away. Check the videos out if you haven't seen them, but I have done a lot of stuff to this car, and I still need to do a lot of stuff to this car, but it's running, and that's nice. One issue that I'm still having, even though I made a video telling you that I fixed it, but apparently I haven't really fixed it. I just seem to have cheated myself, or I don't know really what happened. But last year I had an issue where the noise, where the engine was ticking quite a lot, especially, or only actually on accelerating or constant throttle, not when you coast along. And remember, I have had this engine completely apart and checked the parts. I'm no engine rebuilder expert, so I could have missed something. But what I found out in the previous video was that the rockers on this engine got some pretty big wear marks, and it was difficult to actually adjust the valves completely precise. Therefore, I got a machine shop to actually try to clean the surfaces up, and they made them almost perfect. You could still see and feel a little bit of a wear mark, but not that bad. The engine shop did not think that was causing the sound, but anyway, I tried to fit it and reset the valves. And actually, in the end of that video, I started the engine up, and I could not hear any issues anymore. But maybe I misheard it back then, or maybe it has come back. I'm not sure, but the sound is still present today, at least. I really don't know what it is. It could be piston slap or piston skirt hitting the walls, but I don't really know why it would want to do that, or why it should do that. I really don't know. It could be a block breather system, but this has been checked, because if the crankcase pressure is not able to escape quickly, then the piston could tilt and hit the walls, but it doesn't seem to be that. My thoughts are still that something is up with the valves, the rockers, or the push rods. Which one of them? I don't know, and I could be wrong about that as well. This video is not going to be about that, but I'm going to start the engine up in the end of this video, and then maybe some of you can hear. It's difficult to record, but maybe you have some ideas what it could be. I might like to add that I have just changed the fuel pump yesterday, hoping that was making a sound, because it was an unoriginal pump that was fitted. I think it was a universal one, so that could be making noise, but it's not that. But it does sound like something that only happens once per engine revolution, so it points towards a valve or valve train issue. Anyway, that's not going to be what I'm going to fix today. Today, I'm going to change this cap and the rotor, and I will show you why I'm going to do this. They are working fine at the moment, but I think very soon they won't be. So let's remove the cap to begin with. The bobina, I suspect it's called in Italy, because it says bobina up there. I'm pretty sure that I changed this 4 years ago, but I'm not sure. And the car has been driven a lot of miles. Remember, Torben, that I bought this car back from, had used it as a daily car. I also used it as a daily car many years ago. So, but take a look at this. You can see the middle post is really worn and grinded off pretty much. As far as I know, it should be some springy thingy down there that pops out. I'm not sure if that's the case on this one, but as you can see, material has been flinging about in there. It is slowly being grinded completely down. Let's take a look at the new cap that I got. It's right over here, right next to later Niva ignition parts, which I don't know if I released the video yet, but there's a lot of similarities between these two cars, and the ignition system is also one, because even though this makes a turn because the engine bay is so small, I think they are interchangeable actually, and the rotors are also very alike. But anyway, let's take a look at this bobina. As you can see, I don't know if you can, but down there it springs out. So this is good, and the one on the car is completely worn out, and it's actually quite surprising that it's running so well, and it's really running well. It's just struck my mind that it's easy for me to say that it's running well. You don't know, but let me show you. I'm just going to put it back and then show you that it's actually running well. Then at the same time I can try to record that engine sound I was talking about. Let's put this back on. There we go. The old one is back in. Let's fire it up. So as you can hear, it's running a little bit rough, but that's because it's cold. Let me try to actually record that sound I was talking about. This is the microphone, so I'm going to put that closer to the engine. This means that the sounds you're hearing are a bit exaggerated. So as you can hear, it's running fine with this. The sound I was trying to record is most audible when I rev it, when it goes up in the rev range under load from the engine. I don't know if it picks up. I hope it will. The best description that I can think of is that it sounds a little bit diesel engine-like. It's not bad, and it almost disappears completely when hot. And I'm not that worried about it, to be honest, but it's annoying, and many people who hear the engine run asks me what it is, and that's even more annoying. But anyway. Oh, by the way, I forgot about the rotor. We're going to change the rotor as well, of course, because this is very damaged due to that rubbing around. I got to say that I'm quite surprised with how good and how well this car has been running with these very worn out ignition parts. Like that. And then the cap. And then it's just a matter of taking the plugs off the old one and fit them the right places. There we go. And then let's see. I have a habit of actually making stuff worse when I try to maintain it. So let's see if that's the case today. Will it start? Oh yeah, no problems. Everything is good. So that was just a small service video on the A112 Abarth. I'm still surprised that it even ran with those old worn out ignition parts. Now it should be ready to be driven a bit again. That's nice. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.